So I came across this clip of a Disney animator by the name of Davey Lau, and what he said confirms the twisted and corrupt agenda that Disney has. Now, Davey is a Christian and he stands up for the truth. He understands the deception that the enemy is trying to place on the children. He also understands that God is way more important than any worldly promotion that you can ever get. Now, let's watch this clip.
So I wrote that stories after The Lion King for Disney, except when I pitched it on the Disney's top floor to the executive, they want two gay turtle going into the ark. I said, no can do. Those are the battles that I had working for Disney. I knew that these woke agenda begin in the mid-90s. And then when I saw that they were investing millions and millions of the money to develop A Boy Want to Be a Girl in 1998, when I was working in Atlantis, that's when I knew there's a difference of dream job, of a blessing from God, and a nice 401k, and also a success in the worldview of winning an Oscar. That was my Christian view of like, okay, you know, as a Christian, before I die, I'm going to have a Academy Awards on my tombstone, right? But lo and behold, God says, you know, if I save you from burning hells, and if your life is just reflecting of one man's appraisal of statues, you know, I'd rather you have you bring one child to heaven than a billion an Oscar.
You know, it's when you say it out loud, I understand the words, but it's stunning to me to think about a company that has the kind of impact that Disney does, that has a corporate objective to sexualize our kids beyond the influence of their parents. I mean, that's an unsettling notion to be pushing. If Christians were doing that, in some sort of a secretive way, they would call us all sorts of terrible names.
Yeah. So where I work in this building in Burbank on the top floor, there's about 60 of us, and we all come up with greatest idea of how to make billions for the millennium to come. Now, these 60 of them, I would say about, at that time in mid-90s, I would say that about 30% of them, they all had a alphabet lifestyle. So as you can see, right now, I heard this even higher now. It's almost like this is part of their criteria is for you to have that kind of lifestyle to live up there. And then for some reason, I don't know what it is, the creative people always shift toward that kind of mentality. So I recognize that battle. It's their lifestyle, and they think that's a normal family lifestyle. And again, they sincerely think that this is their mission.
Right.
You know, and I get it. So.
They aren't just pushing the occult doctrines on children, but they're also pushing the LGBTQ agenda on children without the parents even realizing it. This is why parents should always be watchful of what their children are watching and listening to. Disney has been putting occult and LGBTQ imagery in their shows for so long now. There are so many examples. Take one, for instance, the Harry Potter series, that they are teaching children that they can become magicians for the occult. Disney has been an occult-driven company since the very beginning. When you find out who the creator of Disney is, Walt Disney, you will soon begin to understand why it was created in the first place. What a lot of people don't know about Walt Disney was that he was a member of the youth Freemason organization called the Demolay. If you don't know anything about Freemasons, just remember that they are occultists who practice ritual magic. The Demolay grooms young children to become occultists when they get older. So there's no surprise on why Walt Disney created the biggest children's film company in order to raise your kids the very same way. The Harry Potter series are literally inspired by the Demolay. Think about it. All these magicians, wizards going in young children. Think about it. It's right in the open. Even the main character of Disney, Mickey Mouse, is literally inspired by the Demolay. Have you ever wondered why Disney is putting more LGBTQ or alphabet characters in their shows? It's to get your children to become curious and ask questions, to confuse their identity. That is what this Disney animator Davey Lau is talking about. Disney has been able to successfully trick the parents into thinking that the shows that their kids are watching is harmless, but that's far from the truth. The agenda that these wicked, corrupt, billionaire companies push is Antichrist, and they're trying to guide you away from serving the one true God, Jesus Christ. Now, I grew up watching Disney, and I never noticed how, you know, occult-driven they are when it comes to all these shows that they have magic in. Now, I knew they had magic, but I didn't know the background and, like, why it's so fascinating for magic that they put it in the shows for us children to watch. But now I do know. And it was to corrupt us at a young age, to desensitize us in a young age to accept occult practices and doctrines that they're trying to put into our head and this false propaganda. And it's crazy because now I understand it. But you guys let me know in the comments what you guys think of Davey Lau exposing the dark side and the dark agenda that Disney has, man. God bless.